Welcome back to Tiny Grimes Games, and I'm here with another Star Wars Destiny video. And that's right, today I'm bringing you spoiler number 2. It's the last spoiler I was able to smuggle out of FFG headquarters, but I hope you enjoy it. And today what we have is Noble Sacrifice, which is a zero-cost event that says defeat one of your blue characters to exhaust a character. In my opinion, this is the most interesting card we've had spoiled yet. This is a really spicy card. So essentially what this is doing is, while a lot of other cards let you control dice, say remove a die or Jedi Mind Trick, maybe you hit them for 3 dice, this lets you hit a character before it even goes yet. So you can't roll a character unless you can exhaust it. So there are characters like Jango Fett that are incredibly frustrating, right? You exhaust your character, they go, excuse me, I will take Jango's action, I'll exhaust him, and then I'll roll his dice, and now it's my action, and I'll resolve them all and kill you. Well, something like Noble Sacrifice would allow you to get around this by the low cost of killing one of your characters. You can make it so that somebody like Jango Fett never rolls at all. And you might be looking at this and going, that's like the worst card I've ever seen in any game, since, you know, like, your guy's dying is a loss condition for you. And while that's certainly true on something like turn 1, you wouldn't want to be like, oh yeah, I'll kill Luke Skywalker to make Jango not roll. As we get more towards the mid-game and late game, this card can be incredibly interesting. So some things you could do are something like Rey has been taking a beating. She's at 9 of her 10 health, right? You've already killed one of your opponent's cards. They have one guy left with 3 upgrades on him. They're about to roll, kill Rey, and then do a ton of damage to your other character. And you just kind of go, this feels like a moment. Boom, Noble Sacrifice. Yes, Rey dies, but she was already about to die. Now they don't get a roll at all. And your other character, or maybe you have 2 left, get to just go crazy with all their dice while your opponent sits there going, man, that was a cool play. In addition to that, there are some really neat plays you can do, like One with a Force. So if you have One with a Force on a character, and that character is almost dead, then this works really well in the scenario I just talked about, except you get to add One with a Force to it. But there's another trickier play that may not come into play quite as much, and that's where you can do something like, I have a character, we'll say they're half dead. We'll say it's Rey, she has 5 damage, she has One with a Force. I roll Rey, I use her, I roll the 3 range damage on One with a Force, I resolve it, I'm rocking, right? They're almost dead now. I've got Luke still to go, maybe they have a character still to go, it comes back to my action. I play Noble Sacrifice, I kill Rey, I make it so their character does not get to exhaust and roll its dice. Then One with a Force becomes a support. I get to re-roll it. I roll, say, the 3 force rolls, the 3 focus rolls. I roll my Luke out. He gets all blanks. It doesn't matter. I spit them all to 3 damage, and I still do a whole bunch of damage and prevent them from doing damage. So, Noble Sacrifice, even in the card pool as it stands, is interesting and has its uses. However, there's a card out there that we don't know all the details of called Second Chance. It's an upgrade, it goes on somebody. It's a yellow card, so it's a little bit more difficult because you have to put this yellow upgrade on a blue character, so you need to have a mix there. But it says when this character dies, they actually don't die, and they get 5 health back. So the way I think this is going to work is that you can play Noble Sacrifice on somebody, and they will still come back to life with Second Chance. Now, if it does work like this, this could be a really great combination where you could do something like have a blue character that is almost dead, put Second Chance on them, Noble Sacrifice them so that, yes, they're losing 1 health, but they're coming back to life, and you're completely negating the turn of an opposing character. That could be a huge blowout play that leaves you with, all of your guys still intact. Also, we know that from the checklist that there's the Jedi Padawan, and we have the really good ideas that it's probably going to be cheap, right? Maybe it's 7 cost, maybe it's 8 cost, but we will have this set of blue non-uniques that seem like a really good target for Noble Sacrifice. So there are all kinds of cool plays to be made with Noble Sacrifice. I will say the card looks incredibly situational, right? It's a late game, it's like a late mid-game to late game play that really needs to be played at the perfect opportunity to get full value out of it. It'll be really interesting to see what other cards are spoiled, to see if there are some really awesome combos that you can do with Noble Sacrifice. Right now, when I look at it, it's a card that's really cool that I hesitate to think I'm going to put in a deck, but I will say this. I love dice control. So if there's like a light side, heavy late game control mill deck, I could see Noble Sacrifice taking a slot in there. To be able to deprive your opponent of that turn where they're going to roll the monster damage with one character and probably knock out your main character, to be able to prevent them even from rolling seems really strong. So let me know what you think in the comments below about Noble Sacrifice. I'm really curious to see with a full set how this card is going to function, what its role is going to be, what kind of decks it's going to go in. But it looks at least very interesting to me. And I'll see you next time on Tinygrams Games.